we are going to beat every Five Nights at Freddy's game in just 5 nights.
So the FNAF movie is about to come out, and we've never played any of the games. So to catch up on the lore, we will be playing through every lore-based game. That's 8 games in 5 nights.
And some of those later games get pretty long.
Wow, is average 12.5?
Make sure you guys stick around to the end. We will be going over the entire lore at a very special location.
With that being said, let's head to our first night. That one started off pretty strong.
Hello? Hello?
We started out by playing FNAF 1 and to get through the first couple of nights no problem.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
The strategy for this game is pretty simple. Door light, camera, repeat. We need to check the cameras frequently or else Foxy will start running for us.
I hear someone moving through the vents.
On top of that, we need to make sure that our camera's on Freddy. Otherwise, he's gonna jump scare us.
Oh. Power left 0%.
I'm dead.
You can look around. You just have to wait.
I'm just gonna die.
No. Not necessarily.
There we go! Let's go! Woo!
After making quick work with FNAF 1, we arrived at FNAF 2. Thomas at this point was getting a little too spooked to play, so I took over for the majority of the game.
I closed the game.
You hit escape?
The first 3 nights went great, but the strategy for this game is a bit more complicated.
You see, we need to wind up the music box constantly. If it runs out, the marionette will get us. There are also certain jump scares that will happen right when you close the camera, so after closing the camera, we immediately move to the mask. If we wear it fast enough, we won't get jump scared.
Oh, okay. I almost didn't do that. I was so...
So we hold the mask for a few seconds, check the vent, the hall, and repeat back to winding up the music box.
We're on the 5th night.
Alright.
Let's go.
Now, the past 2 nights went by pretty well. However, night 5 is where things really come together, and the difficulty ramps up because of that. Night 5 requires faster reaction times than night 4, and there are a couple of added mechanics that we didn't have to worry about before.
If we hear static, I need to put on the mask until it goes away, or else Mangle will enter the room and scare us. If we see Foxy in the hallway, I have to purposefully let the music box drain to half before I can wind it up again, or else he won't go away.
One more, chat, one more.
Even with all of this knowledge, I was still having a hard time reacting fast enough, and we just decided to call it a night.
Oh,
Thank you so much for joining us.
we'll start this back again tomorrow. We have the hit Snail's House song, Ramune, and sync it.
I don't know if it was the Ramune or something else, but I was able to beat Night 5 on just my 2nd try that night. Needless to say, we were feeling pretty good going into FNAF 3.
Now, FNAF 3 is a pretty simple game. There's only one animatronic that can kill you.
Yeah, there he is.
That's Springtrap. The rest only sabotage your
There
equipment.
he is.
In order to unsabotage the equipment, you have to press the reset button. Are you following? Great. There's no music box in this game, but you can use the alluring sounds of a gleeful child to lure Springtrap into an adjacent room.
Ooh.
Springtrap can also travel through vents, so we need to close them off from time to time.
He's in the vent now. That's fine.
If we keep him in this one room and close off this one vent, he won't bother us all night. We simply need to reset our equipment from time to time and use the child's voice to bring the animatronic back, and the game is beating faster than you can say Bob's your uncle.
Okay, check on him.
Hey, last night. Let's go.
Oh my gosh. I'm so glad I studied that right beforehand.
FNAF 4 is our least favorite game. You play as a child hallucinating at night having nightmares. Charming, I know. The strategy is simple though. Run to a hallway, listen for breathing. If you hear nothing, shine a flashlight and go back to the bed. If you do hear breathing, shut the door until you hear footsteps indicating they've left the door. When you're at the bed, shine the light at it to scare away the nightmare Freddys. In between, approach the closet, shine a flashlight but immediately close it. Repeat this process and the game can be beat. Although it is still pretty difficult. I was too jumpy by the 4th or 5th try, so we decided to just call it a night and try again the next night.
Yeah, go for it.
Think so?
Dang it.
There you go.
Hey.
I understand, I think. Yeah. I don't like this game. This game sucks. This isn't a fun game.
Yeah.
After a grueling night 2, Neither of us were looking forward to playing FNAF 4 this night. But the show must go on, as they say, so we swallowed our pride and started to get serious.
In there. Never mind, no longer.
Wanna try it?
Not particularly. I can try it though if you want.
We learned that there were more audio cues that we had been missing out on and are a dead giveaway to the positions of the nightmares. Despite this, nights 3 and 4 were no cakewalk. Things were still tense, and one small slip up means failure.
I didn't know if you were gonna survive there.
We finally make it past night 4, blissfully unaware of what is around the corner. Enter Nightmare Freddy.
Hurts when it comes.
On night 5, you will only be dealing with one animatronic, Nightmare Freddy. You can hear him run to either side of the hall or laugh when he is in the room. We can't shine our flashlight at him or else we will die. Luckily, I was actually really good at this one.
Longest 5 a.m. of my life. Speak of the devil.
Let's go! Let's go!
GG, easy.
After FNAF 4, we didn't have much time left in the night. We were already getting tired, and we knew we needed to get through a good portion of Sister Location if we wanted to be on pace to beat this challenge.
Mr. Afton.
Luckily, we got to play the breath of fresh air that is Sister Location. In Sister Location, you are guided by this AI announcer guy who cannot for the life of him figure out what I typed in this path.
Welcome, Eggs Benedict.
He guides us through each night, having us do different things throughout the facility. After going from FNAF 4, one of the most repetitive, suspenseful games, to this one, where you do something different each night, spending time with characters that make you laugh, was refreshing, to say the least. This night was easy, like most night ones are. Simply administer a few morale-boosting shocks to what may or may not be inanimate animatronics,
Oh, I can't give him another shot.
and the night is over.
After eating some popcorn, we move on to night 2, which was almost as easy.
Thank you for choosing Angsty Teen.
You do your normal tasks until the power doesn't work.
It's funny.
Put down.
You need to hide in a crawl space and hold a door shut to not let the animatronics in. Afterwards, we learn we cannot trust our AI friend.
When you crawl through Ballora Gallery, go slowly.
Yeah.
It is recommended that you stay low to the ground and reach the other side as fast
It'd be
as
funny if I
possible
actually did
as
it.
to not disturb Ballora.
We must slowly make it to the end of the hallway by constantly tapping the forward key, and then we get to the room where you need to reset all the power to each room. If we solely focus on resetting the power, Funtime Freddy will jump scare us.
Yeah, it was Freddy.
If we switch between getting Baby to lure him away and resetting the power, everything is fine and we're able to make it out no problem.
There we go.
Night 3 wasn't too bad. After listening to some casual bongos and getting our pay reduced,
Due to your lackluster performance yesterday, your pay has been decreased by a substantial amount.
we make our way to Funtime Freddy to make some repairs. Unfortunately, we must walk through the Valley of the Shadow of Funtime Foxy. He is motion activated, so we must very carefully walk to the other side of the room, flashing the beacon from time to time to stun her. At least, I think that's what it does. Once we get to the other side, Funtime Freddy is in desperate need of repairs. With our engineering prowess, we eventually find the button underneath Freddy's right eye. And with our years of Halo experience, we eventually snipe the button below the bow tie of Bonnie.
There we
Great
go.
job.
Our way back out of the office is looking clear as day. Everything's looking fine and dandy. We had a clear shot to the office, and then...
I know what happened.
The jump scare was actually forced. Nothing we could have done about it. You see, we wake up in a spring-locked suit to begin night 4. This is where the hardest part of the game comes in. You have these clickers you need to wind up on the side of your suit. If any of them get past 12 o'clock, you automatically die. While this is happening, you have mini Renas crawling up the middle and the side of your suit. The middle ones we can just ignore, but the ones on the side we have to shake off. But shaking will also unwind the clickers faster, making it harder to survive. We tried it a couple times, but as it was already late and we were still recovering from FNAF 4, we called it a night. Starting out night 4, we had a hard time with this minigame. It takes a mixture of skill, luck, and a whole lot of jump scares to get this just right. But after a lot of attempts, we finally got this.
About 30 seconds left. You got this. I tricked you.
After a Skyda's Minecraft reference,
Thank you for selecting exotic butters.
and some things that YouTube doesn't like, we get sent to maintain Circus Baby. Joseph gives around about something.
This part is really good because I do 10 key. However, it's not 10 key. The layout is in a phone, which is the opposite of 10 key, which messes me up.
10 key? Does anyone know what he's talking about? We get to play a game of red light, green light with Circus Baby as she leads us to the scooping room. And with that, we beat Sister Location.
He does look like we're...
Just watch this.
And move on to my favorite of the games. I love Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria Simulator. It is a masterclass in game design that took the FNAF series in a new, exciting direction. During the day, it is a pizzeria simulator, like one of those Papa's Pizzeria Flash games that you played on cool math games. But at night, every decision that you made during your time at the pizzeria comes back to haunt you. From lawsuits because you brought in restaurant equipment that were a little too risky, to ads because you chose greed, to the amount of things sneaking around your vents because of the specific dangerous animatronics you bought, these all affect what you have to do during the nighttime, which means you can play this game exactly how you want to play it. Speaking of animatronics, the vent system in this game is complex and really interesting. In this diagram, we see a map of locations of all the vents. All the animatronics are somewhere random, way more like a random
Whoa. Okay, we don't actually have to worry about any of that if we don't buy any animatronics or don't salvage any of them.
After not showing the beginning of the game on stream, we proceed to get lectured by William Afton's business partner. They never really mention who this guy is. We'll call him Tape Player Guy.
Begin tape. Leaving dead space.
Tape Player Guy tries to get us to perform audio stimulus therapy to literal robots that we found in the garbage bin. I'm not really sure what his plan was for that, but Baby did start talking to us, so I guess it worked.
Begin audio prompt in 3,
2, 1.
After no jump scares, we were greeted to one of the best opening cutscenes to any video game ever.
Fazbear Entertainment is not responsible for disappearance, death, or dismemberment.
Day one was pretty simple. We didn't start out with a lot of money, so I bought a couple of things, including this balloon minigame, and placed them down all inside of the pizzeria. I tried out the balloon game, won, and moved on to the night. The night was just as easy. No animatronics to be seen, so I just did my list of tasks and ended it there.
Day 2 starts out strong with us receiving a lawsuit.
Oh yeah, I mean it's actually like, yeah, lawsuits.
After Joseph takes it way too seriously, he decides that it's a case that we can win.
No, we're gonna fight this suit. Are you kidding me? No, those guys are trying to get money from us. Are you kidding me?
After deciding not to buy anything and save our money, Joseph learns that you can play games multiple times. We decide to play the duck game, which it's the song. It's the Freddy song. It's the Freddy song. So we find out that we can get sponsored. Please subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. After getting more money, we went back and bought Moppy the Mop Bucket, everyone's favorite not an animatronic Candy Cadet, and this lore game, which takes up the rest of our tokens. Night rolls around. It's the same old. Just do our chores and... We choose not to hold a confessional with Scrap Trap and end the day.
Day 3 starts off with that darn lawsuit again. I'm telling you that those parents are just trying to make money off of us. Those greedy parents can't see everything. I'm done for those kids.
You know what? Out of principle, I'm already this far in, you know?
Other than that, we bought a couple more games. I instantly sold out again, and well, talked to our favorite non-animatronic candy robot.
I have candy all day, every day. Candy.
And headed back to the nighttime to do chores once again.
Day 4 starts again with this stupid lawsuit. Joseph continues to fight. We buy a few things and become immediate sellouts. We come back again and again and again for story time with Candy Cadet, but he refuses to give us a story. That's all we did all day. The night wasn't interesting, it's just the same old.
The last 2 days went pretty much like the rest, except I won the lawsuit. You see, I told you I'm not crazy.
Oh, we won. I told you it was worth it.
Anyways, I got bored, so I decided to get the jackpot on the basketball minigame. Finishing up the night, I got the quote-unquote no ending, which is a failure as it's not considered an ending. We must get one of the endings in order for this game to be considered completed.
Your employment is terminated.
What did I
We'll mail you your things.
After the failure to get a single ending, I resorted to glitches to get an ending as fast as possible. By buying this balloon stand and pressing buttons in an order never intended, we get a -1 entertainment score and a -1 bonus revenue score, meaning at the end of the day, when we get our money back, this happens. Oh, day 1 reset. That's not supposed to happen. So we play through day 1 again with our -1 scores, and come summary screen, this happens. So because of the integer underflow, we get loads of extra money, but unfortunately we just barely don't have enough to buy the things we need for the ending I want, so we decide to go for another day with a -1 rating to get more money. Unfortunately, because our entertainment score was set at -1, this happened.
What happened?
This went on for 8 minutes of us just waiting around, just hoping that the number would stop. Well, no worries, that's an easy fix. Just restart the day and buy something that affects just our entertainment value, and now we get extra bonus revenue. A perfect amount for the ending. After buying this egg and messing around with the computer, Tape Player Guy explains his master plan. We get told we're insane.
But before you go, take this certificate of insanity. We're giving it to you to ensure that no one believes you.
And we are released both from owning the location and from playing this game.
It's the end of the night, and we knew we had to get through part of the next game if we wanted to finish this on time. You see, in Help Wanted, we have to play through 4 nights of altered versions of FNAF 1, 2, 3, and 4, 4 minigames, 4 animatronic repairs, and 2 elevator shaft puzzle minigames. Welcome to Help Wanted. As it was already late, we only made it through a couple of the mini games and all of the animatronic repair games. And so, we decided to go to bed so that we were well rested for
The last night. Help Wanted has an average playtime of 12.5 hours. We finish it in just under 6. Playing through FNAF 1 through 3 was a cakewalk. The FNAF 4 based games were tense and had exciting twists, like the Night Marionettes, where you had to balance shining your flashlight in your room and checking the hallways. The new repair minigames were fun puzzles with high risk, and perhaps the most infuriating game of them all, Plush Baby, where you must survive a night hunting down this cursed circus baby plush doll while conserving your flashlight energy. Ultimately, we get through each and every minigame hoping that this would spell the ending, but then we noticed a little lever to the left of our screen. This is Nightmare Mode. Once flicked, it revealed 14 more games to go through, 1 extra night in each of the FNAF 1 through 3 games, 4 harder and spookier versions of the animatronic repair minigames, 2 slightly harder vent repair minigames. Oh, and remember how I talked about the Plush Baby minigame earlier? This is what the Nightmare version looks like. And one more thing. After the Plush Baby minigame comes the Funtime Foxy minigame, which normally looks like this. But the Nightmare version looks like this. And Joseph, being the stud that he is, gets it on his first try. After all these games have been completed, we're finally greeted with a final level, the Pizza Party. This maze leads to all the final endings of the game. We make it out, finishing the game in about 5.5 hours.
But we still have 1 game left. So, we haven't exactly been telling you the full truth. You see, we knew this game was going to be really hard, or this challenge, especially because neither of us have played these games before. To be honest with you, what you saw was our first time playing. We may have used some guides along the way or whatever, studied a little bit beforehand, but I did play this game before because we knew it was going to be very, very late. As we record this, it's currently 1:30 in the morning. We've been streaming for about 6 hours now. We knew we weren't going to be able to beat this challenge if we didn't do this. Right?
Yeah, idiot.
There you are.
Okay, we just gotta get lucky.
Yeah.
They called Perseus. We're actually gonna be like, but we are suffering. Left, right. Now we just wait for it to load in. See, I knew exactly where to be.
Very.
bad at parkour. There we go. I have no idea how that works. I just know how to play the game. There we go.
What if he catches you?
Alright, chat. That's time. But hold on, that's not the whole thing, because we have a very special surprise for you guys. You see, we wanted to discuss what we learned about from the lore from the games, and so we decided to go to a very, very special place. Chuck E. Cheese. So, we got through all of them, but there was a reason why we did this whole thing, right? We wanted to learn the lore, because, I mean, the movie is going to be out. So, what did we learn from this? We're going to write it all on this board.
What was the lore? There was lore in that game?
There was lore in the games.
They said something.
There was...
Ballora. Idiots. Alright.
Oh no, it's going to be...
Too bad.